There's plenty of it on Fortune's Keep, but nobody on the south side of the map wants to fly anywhere near JD.
Okay, we should be live now. What's good, stream? In today's stream, we're going to be watching the finals of Warzone EWC. I have been watching a few matches prior, but I've just got the stream started now. So let's see what they can do.
Not quite. Ahsoka up at the tower. Gentlemen's having to decide, do we want to go north, do we want to go south? And it looks like
that's a nice central circle. It could pull pretty much anywhere.
So PBJ just going to avoid them. To the north, we see
Falcons not doing too well today.
Be aware of that. I'm sure they have that noted. But they're going to walk right into Virtus Pro if that is the case. Closing into the next circle, PBJ getting caught by Gentlemates. A little bit more KP for Gromalok. And there's another one. Dongy getting.
I want to see if Shifty's still in.
Finished off. Falcons in trouble.
I think he is. He's in.
They're holding them in the graveyard.
Noobs again. Able to snake his way out of going down early. And Ahsoka gets landed on and gets obliterated. Gromalok, a nice win. Reminder the Gentlemates, they probably need 4 more kills. Or maybe some multi. Doing a great job of keeping the Falcons at bay. And even Donkey sells the Falcons.
Oh my.
Getting shot from multiple angles. They try to get out and they go down in.
Well, that's a squad wipe again for the Falcons.
The Falcons are near the bottom of the leaderboard.
And the circle is not going to be too far from the Gentlemates either. So to hop, skip, and a jump, they can take their time on what to do next. JDG forcing a fight into Leviathan.
Hate to see it, to be honest. Falcons are a good team.
Acquired. Novo starting to creep in from the coast.
But they're completely breaking when it comes to the finals.
And this suddenly becomes really important. Controls the south side of the map. Leviathan, they want to take down JDG.
A big fight on the south. A bunch of regainers in the water as well, including the entire team of Novo. But for now, JDG, they're doing what they need to do. 7 kills shown between 2. And Leviathan are battling their way up this leaderboard. And I think unfortunately for Leviathan, they need to wipe JDG. They cannot allow another team to get past our threshold, and JDG is close. Leviathan lose this fight. JDG likely passed it. A big fight though, because Novo's joining the party. Could be bad news for JDG. Smartly playing on the outside. Dark's just gonna barrel stuff 1. Looking for the second. Gets traded out. And they're done! JDG! The perfect pin!
Damn.
They're out! And I don't think they've done enough. No confirmation yet.
11 squads already.
And unfortunately they get tossed to the wolves. Back to the lobby in 12th.
Avoiding the multiplier. G2 also going to be in trouble. 3 out of the 4 teams that can cross that threshold still in this lobby, but only 2 of them are in a safe spot to actually get it done. That's Gentlemates pushing into Grotto, and just on the outside of Keep, it's going to be T1 sitting on the wall.
Resurgence still active. G2 just
Wow.
holding on for dear life, and they get their lives back. Again, with JDG out, no confirmation yet whether or not they passed the threshold, but it was really dang close. The Gentlemates, G2, T1, next up on the ballot to be in position to pass the threshold and potentially win this competition in the next map. Still more work to be done. Our zone pulls a bit off central. It's going to move towards Gatehouse and Spiral. In IP, they heat it up. And they're staying hot. Vision's on 6, but they are playing southeast. They're coming from Winery, and they've got a team right on their back. Watch out for Gen G right behind you, trying to play spoiler.
Yeah, Gen G's going to be pushing into this one, and not far behind them will be Leviathan. Still trying to avoid Novo. On the bottom of Grotto, that's big man down, but he was able to get both of his teammates back into the
Nice
mix. So that double buyback is going to allow G2 to still have an opportunity to cross that threshold as they're going to drop into the outside of Gatehouse. Close by T1. That's something you got to think about. They do get their 3rd back, and here they go, right into T1.
A big fight. VP.
G2 could actually win this like in its entirety.
G2 in a position to still pass the threshold on the edge of Spiral. They're going to have to work their way through Gatehouse. Let's take a quick look at G2's comms and see what they're thinking as they go just full sitting down the middle.
Just chill. Front me, got another one, front me. On me. Come. He ran out. Bunker up, guys. Bunker up. I'm grabbing this loot. One back. Let's just hold one side. From top. There's a kid on the buy, on the keep buy. In the garden. How many points we at, bro? Top 10?
We're at
with 6 kills.
We're at 8.
Okay, we need a couple more kills.
How many points do we need? 8, 12?
Yeah, 12. We're safe here, bro. My pull back.
Comms were all intel. And a great slot right up the middle for them to make a way to the new zone. Zone does pull up towards Spyro. It does pull up towards Gatehouse. And the Gentlemates on edge of zone, yet again, are not being given anything. They got to keep fighting for it. G2 find more kills. We're into our first multi, and NIP are down. Gentlemates close. G2 extremely close. The Gentlemates have to fight for this new position, and they got to fight through Eclectic.
Yeah, look at that zone pull too. It's going to be a lot of work for Gentlemates, but we've known Gentlemates to do this work in the past for Fortune's Keep. All the way underneath the grotto is where they need to get into this spiral keep. Can they find their way into the circle? We did see Vitality go down. Z1 still battling their way through. In front of them is going to be Ravens, and Ravens now down to G2. Spam gets caught by VP.
Disrupt's in trouble. All alone. Needs top 5 multi to have a chance. He doesn't get it.
Damn, that's T1 down.
But it is extremely close. Too close to call. The mathematicians will have to do the work. And M8 find themselves nearly top 5.
Yeah, Gentlemate's going to push into the church. They got VP above them. On the outside of the circle is going to be Eclectic trying to make their way into the safe zone. Look at the pull. And you are going to be a rooftop warrior trying to get through this courtyard. But the only thing that's really going to be blocking you, shrubs, a little bit of natural cover on the walls, and one lonesome building on this cross. And look, G2 actually just pick up a car. They're going to go for the early rotation.
Great rotation from G2. They're here first with stims in hand. They're going to be here potentially.
Damn, they've got ammo boxes as well.
To the top 5. You desperately need the multiplier. Gentlemates are still here. They're still fighting, and they're still not getting a zone pull. They need this multi desperately. This multiplier will push them past 150 if they're not there yet.
VP.
One more team has to go. Could Virtus Pro be the team that sets them up? Eclectic's gone. Gentlemates have done it. Gentlemates are past our threshold. With the top 5 achieved and a new multiplier, the Gentlemates have made it. They can't win here, but they could win in the next map.
But the question is for G2, they have either rotation and they're down to 1. They still need to cross that threshold. You still need to do the work.
Virtus Pro on a heater. It's about damn time. 10 kills for Grimy. And in a power position, but without the zone, they've got to make a move, and it's on the buy station. AGO barrels something his opponent. They're picking them all up. Gentlemates is wiping everybody. There's no question now that they're well past the threshold, and they're on their way to another map victory. They can't close here, but they can close in the next one. Let's see what the Gentlemates can do.
You got Gen G early rotating to the new circle. G2 is still very much alive. It's getting caught, though, by VP and AGO as well. G2's down. Gen G's down, and the Gentlemates are charging.
Gentlemates have won the map. Gentlemates.
Damn, the fans are going crazy. It's in Paris. It's a victory for them, so...
I know you can hear the crowd, people at home, and I know you wish you were here. Paris is turning up for one of the greatest Warzone competitions we've seen yet. At least 2 teams on Warzone match point, and I have a stinking suspicion there might be a couple more. G2, a heroic effort, working their way into a top 5 position, utilizing the car to rotate straight through into new zone, get to top 5. Let's take a look back on this one. Virtus Pro also with a heater, but Gentlemates, through fire and tribulation, battle their way to a victory. Listen in. It is so close at the top. And the Gentlemates just put the fear of God in Twisted Minds. Could be one more map, could be many more maps. but all I know is it's going to be a dang good time.
This is one for Gentlemates that they have been waiting for a very long time. I mean, we just talk about the year that this team has kind of gone through, and that official LAN has been eluding this crowd for so long. You go to Paris, you get to watch your team, and this is one they'll remember.
The time to celebrate is now, but you never know what could happen, folks. Could be one more, could be many. We'll see you in just a moment.
He can come in here and play my game. Let's go. He knows nothing. Let's go!
Tyler 1, you're done.
I'm side stage here while the games are taking place, and I thought I would catch up with my friends, the Ghosts. They've had a lovely time so far, and I thought I'd just... Oh, you've changed it. What's with the hair? Who's that? What's with the hair?
I've grown it.
Who's this? It's Sophie Snaz! Sophie, come here. What are you doing? Who let you in here?
Sorry, I snuck in through the back. I'm sorry, guys. I had to get in here and see the amazing atmosphere here today at the EWC.
It is amazing so far. We're having a really good time. Mate, look, what a tournament. What an experience. You've been in tournaments before. You've had a stressful time. What's it like?
It's stressful, and I can't think when I'm stressed. I can't deal with it under pressure. So I can't imagine the pressure that these guys are playing at. They're playing so well, calm, collected. It's incredible.
True professionals, if ever we've seen them. Well, you've already snuck your way into this tournament. Have you managed to sneak your way around the venue and catch any of the cool sights and sounds?
I have. The stage where they're giving away the trophies is insane. Pristine. I'm looking forward to seeing the trophy centered later.
Have you caught any of the games? I mean, obviously, you can hear the Gentlemates. They're having a good time so far.
Great time. The Gentlemates is amazing. Like the atmosphere from the Gentlemates that they're bringing, the drums, insane. They're bringing a lot of fun, a lot of vibes.
Great times, still games to go here at EWC 26. Thank you, Sophie. Now, get back to work.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the EWC at Paris. We got blind ranking for players out of Warzone. I'm sitting with the Nemesis team, come from across the pond, from what I hear. How you guys enjoying Paris?
Good so far. We haven't really got to explore, but we will soon.
Yeah,
it's very
a
hot.
beautiful city. It is very hot today. What we're gonna be doing, basically, I hand you a name, and then you guys decide where it wants to go on the tier list. And once a team is, or a player is locked in, it stays there. You don't get to move it after. So make sure you choose wisely. And we're gonna be starting with
That's
right
pretty
away.
good. That's pretty good to start with.
It's a pretty tough one to start with, I'll say.
I think we have to leave S because there might be someone better.
A.
There's always better. Okay, we're gonna go A. A very good player, probably on one of the top teams, so gonna put him in A.
Honestly, I thought that was gonna be a lock for S.
He's good, but there's someone better.
Someone better? Is it this guy?
That is not the guy.
Criminal guy.
Yeah, he's underrated. Criminal guy's good, bro. I'd say
My opinion, he is not the one.
that's where I'd put him.
I think
That's F for
he could nearly go F, I'll be honest.
I'd say C, but D, meet in the middle.
so-
Go D or E.
Nope,
if you want to meet in the
two
middle.
beats one, we're gonna put him in F.
Early F for the rookie. What about, we got Nyson up next.
B.
I like this. I
I'll
reckon
go
he
D.
is.
Because he's not better than Dongy, but he's probably like right below him.
I agree, B.
I think B.
He's B then.
All right, shaping up the top. Lots of room for the bottom still. So keeping it open just in case. How about Gabe?
I don't rate him personally. What do you reckon?
I mean, yes, we C.
What do you reckon?
I'm tired of top 5.
I reckon D.
D or C? C.
D? Okay, we go D. A bit inconsistent at times.
How about Scumming?
Ooh,
E.
I wish we still had F. I'm 100% F. I do not like this guy, and I don't think he's good.
No room at the
E-thug.
bottom. No room at the bottom.
Oh.
Round it out.
Shit.
S and C left over. We got Shifty up next.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've just been doing this. It's S.
Yeah.
There's only one
You can't be
person.
below Nyson.
There's only one person I can put above this guy, and
Yeah.
he's not going to be on it. So we're going to put this guy S. Multiple world champion, won multiple lands, so had to put some respect on his name.
I think Dongy's teammate's going to have something to say about that one.
I'll say they're about tied right now.
I'll speak to him.
How about the last one? We got another rookie for the year.
That works. That works. That actually works out.
Opportunity.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, he's
that works out.
Pretty good individual player. A bit inconsistent in the team recently, but I think that is actually a good order. I maybe switch these two around. That's about it.
You guys feel the same way?
Yeah.
Everything
Maybe
looks
switch those as well, but yeah.
I think that works perfect, yeah.
I think we did pretty good.
I think that's a good tier list. You wouldn't change anything?
Me personally, I don't know about them, but I'd switch these two. And then
I'll be honest, I'll put Gabe over Spam. Yeah, I like Gabe.
So I switch D and C and F and E.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it. We got the tier list for players coming from Nemesis. I'd say a couple hot takes, in my opinion. I think I would switch these two around.
Oh,
that's
valid.
valid.
In my opinion.
That's
I would
valid.
switch them around.
This guy's EWC champ.
Other than that, it's looking good so far. Chat, let us know. What do you think about the tier list? If you would change anything, make sure you tell these guys.
Shifty is an EWC champion. He's looking to do it once again because Twisted Minds right now, they are performing here and they're also performing at a different stage.
Yeah, it's time for a quick CC update because there's a lot of chaos going on here today. Specifically, if we're talking about Overwatch, Twisted Minds versus Zeta Division. Now, this is a big one because they're actually 2-2 right now in their best of 7. It is back and forth. This is a day where if things go their way, potentially Twisted Minds could be taking home 2 wins, and that would be insane when it comes to CC standings.
It would be. Thank you, Glitter. We appreciate your time with that CC update. Now, for some of the other squads, we just saw Genoblades being able to get that win here, and we now have 4 squads in match point, baby.
Dude, Genoblades look unbelievable. The only slight you could knock them for right now is the fact that they dropped a couple of 1v1s that they really should have been able to win, but that's all in the past. Now it's about what happens from here on forward. You know you've got teammates that are looking like they're absolute demons in the lobby right now. You know that you shouldn't be afraid of the other names on the other side once you start squaring up. They got to close it out, and I think they have a chance to do it right here.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit worried because, like, watching in their previous matches, they were making, like, slight mistakes that could have got them the win earlier. This is not to take away from their dominant performance in getting those kills, but the fact that they could then close out that has given me a lot more faith. That's definitely right.
Yeah, you can see Genoblades right now in first place with those 164. Twisted Minds, keep in mind, Twisted Minds could have won it in this match, but they ended up getting...
Damn, Twisted Minds are really close to that as well.
Yeah, that's just one of those things that, again, we talked about this in the pre-show. We talked about it early on. Once you get past that threshold, are you going to trust your normal drop spot, knowing likely that there's going to be...
Damn. Not gonna lie, I don't get how they've fallen off like this badly.
That scouted, a couple other teams scout out. Whoa, Twisted Minds are out of the plane. We have to go against them as well. So immediate squad wipe, 0 points.
And Gen G as well. Like, holy shit. You wouldn't expect these teams to be near the bottom.
For teams that were trying to get that match point, just like JDG, they ended up being able to eliminate them. And I want you to keep in mind too, Team Vitality and Team Falcons, not because they might be contending for the championship unless something crazy happens here coming up in the next couple matches, is because those teams are in club championship, and if they want to get points here out of COD Warzone Resurgence Championship at EWC 26, they have to make sure they place within the top 8.
I mean, for Falcons, what the heck? Like, you just start to think that they're starting to build a little momentum after yesterday, and then today they've gotten 2 wins, but it's been like under double-digit kills for those wins, and neither time have you been able to really see any of the pop-offs come through that we're used to, because I think they understand that they're just not keeping the same pace that we were used to seeing in Birmingham and Atlanta, and so far throughout the weekend, they really haven't shown us much except for the survival stage, which, you know, kind of is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm just feeling like the vibes aren't there. They're a little bit down, and they're holding on to that too much. As a powerhouse team, they should be able to shake this off. They are not unused to being on this LAN performance, but you can see it on their faces, and every time that they get into a contention or a fight, they aren't winning it. They're able to get those, like, positions. You know, we've seen them get those and collect those wins across the board, but unfortunately, they're not able to take on these 1v1s properly, these 2v1s properly, so it is a little bit disappointing to see that from the Falcons. But I mean, look, Genoblades, they are like, I was super worried. I thought they were going to be one of the teams. Okay, guys, I drew a little frowny face because obviously I said twisted minds, and I brought no notes to this here desk segment. Thought the sheer fact that they got eliminated. But look, I do like the fact that we have added more people into the total top pool, because then you can't have that much sabotaging on 4 teams, you know? So
Twisted Minds still.
I still think, though, yeah, these guys behind us, I don't rule out as of wanting to contest somebody early on in a drop spot. Novo's kind of in that same ballpark. No strangers to dropping on teams and forcing a fight to have to happen. So, yes, there are more teams, which will mean that, okay, are we going to see as much opening grief? Probably not. But there are squads that are desperate, Falcons included, that are going to want to try to challenge these squads right off the get-go.
And talking about squads just becoming a little bit more desperate, we're going to talk about the squads that are also within that range of match point as well. If it doesn't end in this match, we could have other squads being able to come up. I mean, we have Eclectic, VP, JD Gaming, which are pretty much just right there. VP Gaming, I know you've been having your eye on them for a bit. Yeah. But
it's just like they're hitting their metrics, but they have not had a chance to get into a high kill, high finish game as of yet. They've survived into the late game, which is great news for VP fans. They're not finishing in the bottom 6 all that often, but their kill tallies as they get to top 5s have not been up to the metrics of the teams that have already through that wave. So next wave of 150s, I think will probably happen in the next game or two. It's kind of one of those things of now you're in a rush to have to get those points and then be able to follow up with a win. You get to go back to back.
Yeah, and of course, like, even if they aren't sort of collecting those kills, they still have that opportunity to take that win away from those other 4 squads. So they still want to be competing to get to that end zone. You may not have the kills to back it up, but getting that win stops everyone else.
is it going to be game 10 that we're going to be seeing a new champion crowd? Twisted Minds could be back-to-back, even if most of the squad isn't here. This is game 10. It could end here, or we could go one more game.
One more game, the ever-favorite saying of everybody in Call of Duty Warzone. Man, we were in the green room. We're sitting there. I'm thinking, Twisted just crossed. They're on fire right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they aced here. And what happens? They go Lighthouse, and they are immediately knocked out by none other than Leviathan. And here's the real question. We're coming back to Haven's Hollow, a map that they know, they love. It's the bread and butter. Do we see the same mistake, or do we see them just trying to play it out of Mansion?
Honestly, I think I go back to the map we just saw in order to kind of give us some what we want for the future. And for me, Twisted Minds changed their drop spot despite an average placing of 2nd playing out of terraces this weekend on Fortunes. So I think the reason they changed it, they expected Falcon to go and fight them up at terraces, change it up, and invite and say, this is actually our home turf, our backyard, get the hell out. So the question for me is, do they want to change it, or is that an admittal to the rest of the lobby that they don't believe they can deal with the contest?
The problem with that, though, Enigma, there's 3 other teams trying to take the crown in this game. You have the Gentlemates, you have G2, you have T1, all formidable rosters looking to take the crown alongside those defending champions in Twisted Minds. Gentlemates on your screen right there. You can see Hollow getting the boys ready, hyping them up. They're coming off of a map win. They feel the energy in the crowd. They feel the energy of the arena. They feel the energy in game because they are shooting.
Okay, this is the final drop. Well, it could be. It's match point.
What some of these teams on match point love, it is a western side of the map.
Certainly is. Gentlemen to be immediately into the fray. Nox coming on through. Hollow will drop Phrase. You lost Gromelot go in the process. Hollow's then going to be under pressure. Enkyo tries to dive back out. Timing nearly goes.
Oh, damn. Wait.
But make sure you don't run into your own path line there, and well, thankfully the new update, you know where they're coming from, so at least he's able to guide his way to safety, but scary for a moment for the Gentlemate onto T1. Under
Damn, Velocity has just killed Hisoka.
Let's not try and take this heads-up fight against Vitality if we don't have to. But here in the Mansion, we were questioning it. Shifty slides on out. He's not ready because look who's here. It is the Falcons. They have decided to land in Mansion, a spot that they are very familiar with. The Falcons will try and seize this into their own hands to push us one more game. But they have a long road ahead of them if they need to make that happen.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet that we have run through here, and this one will feel like a sprint, but much more of a marathon. Got to stay alive till the very end. Spam tucks himself into the wall, just making sure to avoid any trouble for now. Echo brought back into the skies. The 2 young guns will start to press towards Church, and unfortunately, well, disrupt, and Spam won't get very far. And Echo in trouble as well. T1 all at sea right now. They will just about get one player back into the skies and off to the east of Maine. Either way, another match point team hanging on by a thread. Twisted have picked up a pocket of space on the north side of Mansion. G2, they're doing the typical. They're out at lumber. They will have a fountain of contracts. They will have a amount of opportunities here to stack cash, get themselves all bought in and ready to go for the long rotation.
I think if you're any of these match play teams, you're probably happiest if you are G2. It's pretty no man's land on your side of the map. It's a pretty wide rotation in. You can just try and do your best to avoid everybody and just maybe make your way into a power position for that end game side. Because what we've seen from the other three teams so far, it's hectic battles already. Continuing to rage on here at the Mansion. Getting shocked. Trying to take it against Shifty. He realizes I don't have to take this fight. Let me go ahead. Let me back on up. We try and gain some space, but you know, it's not only just the Ravens here, it's the Falcons as well. A lot of brains and birds here at the Mansion.
Well, you've got Nova rotating very early out of research, avoiding the issue that they so often have in these zones where they get held early, so they might meet everybody and turn this whole Mansion kerfuffle into a much more of a deeper scuffle. Shifty just going to tuck himself away, take his time, let the fighting go on around you. You could end this map with 15 kills, you could end it with no kills. All you got to do is stand on top come the very end. Gentlemates have set themselves up around the gazebo side. Some of you may know this as Nate Dogg, not in the lobby, so I don't mind calling it that for once. But either way, the French side with the home fans beckoning, begging them to get over the line. Holding your breath for now as everything kicks off elsewhere.
Oh, Disrupt, he's found himself in a good position here. Spam a little bit away at that fire station. And I think if you are Disrupt, it's just about maybe hoping that you get a little bit of a scam moment. What are you waiting for? Pops on out. Shots are there. You get the knock. You don't actually get the full. Gun swap will maybe finish the job for you, but the trades are enabled. T1, a little bit too aggro on that fight. You might be thinking to yourself, they don't need the points. Why are they taking it? It's because you need the space.
No, certainly do. Confirmation, by the way, that JD Gaming will cross threshold. So should we see them in the next map, they have an opportunity to close as well. Because they've been in driving seat so much of this afternoon, unfortunately stumbled on the last few. And now hoping that all these other teams don't close this. T1 will get themselves pushed up towards Train. G2 moving through East Main. It's going to be Gentlemates, of course, playing in from the south. G2 have a lot of space, actually. The entire eastern side of the circle cleared out, all the way pushed up to Bar, and they basically own 50% of the land mass that's available.
You lose Enkyo, but a little bit of a push in. Resurgence still up, still healthy, timer still low. Don't have to worry too much about it. But you do just have one member of the Gentlemates alive. It is going to be Gromalok. Will just lay in wait. Hang on. Spam. Back.
Not going to lie, the Gentlemates are kind of in a blender right now. You can't be losing two of your teammates on a west rotation on Haven Solo.
Yet again, still a blender for this team. And it looks like two of our teams, it's not a great map for the other two. They've at least put their feet on the ground, and they're making their way into the best possible position.
Virtus Pro go out as our first team.
Damn, Dongy's down as well. Wait, Hisoka's the only one.
They'll have to go again. But all they can do now is sit and wait in the spectator cams. Tune in with the side.
Where's Hisoka? Oh, he's down there.
Hope to watch them be cut down. Blast just going to hold his angle here on Dubs. The doorways that so often lead to players flanking them on this Mansion rooftop. Again, they don't need to push anything out necessarily at this stage, but you are aware that at one point you're going to have to make a rotation over, so you want to clear out the lower levels to make that cleaner.
You do saw the Falcons here as well. Big man. Good job holding these top white roofs. Disrupt though, here it's a nice double chow. Unfortunately for you, both members are ready and waiting for that one. Praise Jay Bella. Put into the dirt. You got Believe still alive, but he's over a fire. No opportunity to help out the boys. And for T1, they'll continue to stay alive. Back on over towards the Mansion we go. Novo, Twisted Minds, continuing to battle it out here. And you do have a member of the Ravens still alive here. That could cause some chaos.
Shifty gets dropped by Novo, but the trade is instant from Almond. Just continuing to hold this rooftop, glass side. Not let anyone up. You're going to see actually Almond play around the backside here, and while his two teammates look to control the front, maybe a bit of a pinch play coming through. Not sure if they need to be aggressive on the back of it, but for now they can just lay in wait. Try and cut down anyone that's rotating out. Play exit. Shifty will actually get the inkling that Nielsen's going to be at the doorway.
Dudes. Hold on.
T1 off the back of that incredible play from Spam and Disrupt, that dynamic duo coming alive, slaughtering PBJ. Will set themselves up at the chapel, hoping it will be the safe haven. and answer their prayers for the later stages.
G2 have had the easiest rotation in ever. They've just walked their way all the way from Lumbermill here to Barn. They've taken out a couple players along the way. You saw Scythe getting in the kill feed there with some kills on the Ravens, but it hasn't really been any opposition. The problem is where they are, you have T1 right in front of us. So maybe they finally will meet some opposition there. JDG on that southern side. Well, meanwhile, here at the top, the battle continues to rage on. King Chalk dropped alongside Soka. And you're just holding the glass side if you are Twisted Minds.
Fully aware that the Falcons are continuing to fight this. And it goes absolutely bonkers in the kill feed, but Spam and Co are going to tuck themselves in as G2 roll up.
Falcons are clearly like not themselves today. They're not even doing contracts like normally.
Spam gets dropped. You're going to replay. Hop on up.
Like normally their playbook is just doing a bunch of contracts. For sure getting the advanced UAV does not appear to be happening.
He is sprinting away, trying to stay alive, but look at these blue arrows from G2. They are on the hunt. They are trying to bring him down. Guns up, G2.
Oh, rip, T1.
Taking destiny into their own damn hands. They deny their greatest rivals in the moment and will claim all that.
Wait, they just got, Shifty just got wiped by Falcons. Oh, damn.
The Falcons will push this yet further, as we're down to now just 2 more teams on match point.
If there's anybody who's going to take this map into their hands, it's Hisoka. It's been a torrid day for them, but they will do what they can to make
2 more teams.
They will have a shot at glory. The problem is you still have 2 teams.
Wait, the mates don't have any plates either.
And they look pretty damn good.
They're not looking bad at
Well, they've gone away from them though.
Chapel relatively uncontested if they wish. The Falcons, you might have dealt with Twisted Minds.
I mean, they did, but they weren't plated up. But
You're going to make a stim play here again. Not going to keep you in the fight for very long. Got to move at some point. For Athletic, it's all about tucking yourself in at Rick here. Right next door, the Gentle Mace.
Our other team on match point. Still playing on the sim side though. Down below, it's a couple of different players. It's going to be.
damn.
Athletic tried to move into their house and take it, but the gentlemen, they're going to say, no, 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 this is our house.
The only problem is in all of that, you lose NQ. It takes you an extra half a second to get that kill through, so for now you're going to be outnumbered by several teams rotating over. Gaming going to be one of them that stop you getting to the nearest buy. So you're hoping and praying to find a timing and move on up to be involved in the later stage of this fight.
G2 starting to move forward, sending some shots over to AG Global, but you have Leviathan stopping you in the way. You have to be perfect about how you want to play this rotation. And I like the positioning where you just have one player just kind of looking at that mansion cross. Gentlemates will manage to get into zone. You cross here into fire. The problem is Slappy from above. He pops up at the right time alongside Melvin. You drop Hollow. Gentlemates, it's now just down to Gromaluk. He has $6,900. If he can finesse his way to a buy station, you get the boys back on in. But that is a huge ask and a must win now.
Yeah, he's praying that someone's going to shoot at JD Gaming. If he tries to rotate train station side, he'll be met.
Gromalok is kind of cooked here.
It's all banking on the one play where JD Gaming faced pressure from elsewhere. For now, taking his time, holding his nerve. The best play. And as the zone starts to creep inland, as train station is mostly dissected, as G2 squeeze up towards Chapel, they'll have 2 other sides nearby. Yet more checkboxes that edge them ever closer to closing this tournament out.
Another team drops in the back. That will be Ninjas in Pajamas. And if you are G2, you're taking a look at that team's remaining number. And you're starting to feel the pressure as it continues to tick down. You can see on the top left side of your screen there, Zone will pull heavy left. So what stands between G2 and Destiny is going to be a number of teams, potentially 1 member of the Falcons, Leviathan, and also PBJ.
Well, just hoping that the JD players vacate the area. For G2, it's about trying not to attract too much attention, but as Zion keeps his head
No
up.
way.
Cuts him, ensures that G2 bleed going into the later stages, so now none of our match point teams are at full strength.
Damn, Hisoka's wiped.
They're starting to push forward. Let's go ahead. Let's see how they're feeling.
The far right strangled up, bro. You can't even go right. He's holding. You have Sims? You have Sims or no? Yeah, I do. I'm just dropping him in. Or Sims on top of my body too.
Oh, they're cooks.
But the far right strangled up. They're all holding. They're holding everything. I'm done.
They're cooks. Oh.
He's the last player alive. I'm looking at the kill feed. I think the Gentlemates may have made an exit, and it's just Scythe. Stim just barely will give him the HP he needs. He starts to slide forward. He's not ready for Knight to be there. G2 have been eliminated. We need to ride this one on out because FLS continuing to stay alive. PBJ eliminated. It's Gen G still alive here. It's one member of AG.
Of all teams to be stood here with a 4-3 as we go one more map. Gen G, who have had a torrid time, just waiting to close that one out.
Well, this is another map. Let's go.
It's looking at who else crossed threshold, who else got it done. I can tell you, of course, that JD Gaming did make it over the line. Eclectic were incredibly close. And yeah, we aren't done yet. So much for AJ.
Oh, absolutely not.
Misery. Aiden seals the deal. Knight is done. Points on the board if you are Gen G. And a reminder of the fact that some of these teams will start to now mount massive amounts of points because the match point size must slow down. That opens it up for everything else. We could still have a ways to go. You and me, my friend, we cast a match not long ago. It went 14 maps, 12 teams hit each point. There's nothing to say that we couldn't do that yet.
No, I mean, that's kind of been the case.
I'm going to play Clash of Clans. Well,
has been 12, 13. It looked like it might end there, my friend, but like you said, you and I have been here time before, and really right there, if you want to ask what happens, how does G2 not close that one out? That's just good old zone pulls, ladies and gentlemen. You're on one side, you're looking good, but all of a sudden you have to make your way all the way across the church over into what? Wide open train space? Like, that's a tough road for G2, and unfortunately they just meet too much opposition on the way.
There's something poetic as well about, despite the struggles that the Falcons have faced, they're involved in cutting down not one but two of our match point teams. Gentlemates will look back at that fight of bricks and grit their teeth a little bit, suck the air through the room as they watch Enkyo fall, to feel the energy suddenly disappear inside of the venue here at Paris. But we will see another map, and to be honest, you and me were talking about this in the green room. We're not surprised to see it go on yet again. All these sides that are not on match point, even if you've had a torrid time, you believe you can get it done. Ooh, you spot one of those players in the kill feed, and you will hunt them down to the last.
I mean, you saw it even in that map, right? Even with G2 on the T1, they know that it's only one player left. They know that it's Echo. They say, this is another match point team. We have a chance to make this a lot easier for ourselves. And what do? They just fly, and they're able to take down Echo. So you are probably blessing the stars a little bit for Hisoka. If you are any other team in the lobby, he'll gladly take that, maybe in Twitch gifted subs or any other form of currency. You know, that's there, but able to push us even one more map further. But I want to take a minute to talk about something, because you brought it up, my friend. With that game, very early on, JD Gaming was able to cross. And we got to talk a little bit about them here in a minute. But we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to head into the next map, and potentially the last on Riptide.
Right, I can answer the call now.
Everyone is playing, you're not yet. EWC Play is your all-in-one platform to compete in fantasy, pick'em, and quests for a grand total of $300,000 in prize pool. Build your dream fantasy team in 5 different games and track your score with live results tables. Predict the winner of every game, every group stage, and every tournament. Complete daily and weekly challenges to earn boosters that help you climb the global leaderboard. Got what it takes? Join EWC Play now.
Motherboard here on stage as this match point marathon continues. A nail biter. A nail biter.
Mom, you better get the camera. Holy cow. We've got like 5, maybe 6 teams past our threshold. We'll see that leaderboard here in a little while, but all I know is that we're going at least one more game, baby.
I guarantee one more, an absolute guarantee. But at that point in time, we're going to find out soon how many of the more teams are on match point, because that was a big one, a real big one indeed.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch because in the green room, I'm freaking, I'm jumping out, I'm doing jumping jacks to keep my heart rate high because frankly, it was a nail biter. But that zone pull ruined everything for G2 and Gentlemates. A different zone pull, there's a chance for either of those 2 teams. But instead, shoot, it goes the other way.
Goes the other way indeed. Well, that is a crazy situation to find ourselves in.
I'm kind of hoping Shifty wins this now.
It's starting to get tough. 5 of our squad.
He's come a long way. He deserves it.
Next game, but they must win it. Goj, pressure's on.
And big shout out to JDG. We saw the leaderboard right before we got into that last match, and the big story where the team's already on the match point threshold, but JDG was only a point away, like 1.2. So they did well more than enough than they needed to be there as well. We now have 5 teams that could close it out right here, right now. I'm so pumped.
Goj, in your experience, is there much a team changes now about how they play? It's not about kills, it's just about the win. Is that going to shift the tides in favor for anyone?
I can give you a real answer, or I can give you the fake answer.
Both.
The real answer is yes, they slow down a little bit, but frankly, what we've learned is that if you change it too much, you land on Leviathan and you get obliterated off rip. So watch out for changing too many things. Maybe just play your game and not full tilt, full send when you don't need the points.
Hope for their zone to pull the right way. Hope for a nice circle or 2. Hope only gets you so far here, and as you know, hope that's the thing that kills you the most. We are now ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the next map. 5 teams on match point. Enigma, Dandro, get us through it.
Whew. Get us through it. Brother, we're loving this right now. We're living the dream. We get to go one more game here at the Esports World Cup.
I do have concerns about Goj and his high heart rate, though, so I get that, man. As Anax or something. Either way, we got ourselves 5 teams cross match point threshold. T1, G2, Gentlemates, JD, and of course, Twisted Minds. Now, I like a point that Goj brings up because he talks about the drop spot change that Twisted Minds did back on Fortune's Keep. They go to Lighthouse for some reason, probably expecting a heavy Connect Terraces, and it all goes a little bit pear-shaped. And I look at them again here on Rebirth Island. Their average position on Rebirth coming into today, 2nd. So there's not many reasons for them to change it up unless they believe that someone's headed in their direction and they're nervous about that. One of the teams that has been happy to contest them down there at points has been JD Gaming. I highly doubt that happens here, but you just never know. Of course, heavily circle dependent. But for T1 and G2, they've both been keen to play towards bio side. So a lot of our big teams are going to meet each other early here. Gentlemates, they will likely land living quarters and play that game where they try and hold out the stronghold team and kind of figure out what their rotation looks like from there. And that is essentially the set of markers that these 5 teams face. If you fail to get it done here, the team in 6th are Eclectic. They are currently a handful of points, less than a handful of points, from crossing threshold, and they are bloody brilliant at Rebirth Island.
They are very, very good, but the problem is, like you mentioned, you have 5 other teams that are trying to get it done as well. If you are one of those 4 teams from the last map, you're probably thanking the stars that it's only 1 team joining you here in the next one. Sometimes you get into these moments where, yeah, we got 4 teams on match play, and all of a sudden blink and you miss it, and you have 7 or 8, almost half the lobby, always trying to close it out. So maybe a second chance at life, another opportunity to make that happen, if that is the case. Now, something that we haven't really talked about overall, we've been so focused on the championship, who's winning and everything like that. Reminder, folks, once somebody, any of these teams on match point win, the rest of the leaderboard freezes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's also kind of about points. Reminder, folks, there's a little team that we all know and love called the Gentlemates that just last year crossed threshold and just fried out in their last game to jump from basically 6th all the way to 2nd. And next thing you know, they're able to take home the 2nd at the Esports World Cup, which is a lot better than the prize pool they had before.
It certainly is, and it's important because Eclectic, who do sit in 6th, they need just the 4 points. So as soon as they've got those, they can just fly in the rest of this lobby and try and scoop as many points as possible, aiming to stand as tall as possible, so then when they slow it down later, they don't have to worry about dropping down the leaderboard. So there is a lot of different storylines at play here. And of course, all the other teams that are involved in this, they don't want it to end yet. They will still believe that they can win this. Just back from them, Virtus Pro, they would need 22 points to get over the threshold. They're more than capable of that playing out of the control center side. Team Nova, they're a bit further back than that, but that is a side that has dropped 30, 40-point bangers very recently on this map. So they will think we can close that threshold, and it goes on and on.
The Gentlemates fans banging the drums, sending the
Okay.
energy to their team to try and close it out here in map number 11. I didn't want to say this. We closed Birmingham in map 11. We closed Atlanta in map 11. Do we close the Esports World Cup in Paris on map 11?
So many of those players, 15 of them in fact on the stage. They will be hoping so, and in their favor. The remainder will do everything they can to push it on yet. The island is unforgiving, unrelenting. It will demand high pace, a ton of kills, and everything that you can truly muster. But for the sides that are looking to just slow things down and close it out, it's about choosing your fights. When to pump the gas, when to hit the brakes.
You have to really hold on, especially in a map like Rebirth Island, right? You have to make sure that you understand when do we surge forward? We need to take this fight. Is this the best position for us to try and play out the rest of this game? So much of Warzone is honestly zone dependent on how you want to move from one side of the map to the other. We've seen time and time again today where we've had these maps where it pulls heavy to one side and there's always one particular team that seems to be able to take advantage of it. So we get ready to hop back very quickly here, ladies and gentlemen, into map 11. Who are you looking at in our list of match point teams that if they get one of these heavy zone pulls, they're going to be sitting pretty, and you think it really elevates their chances to...
Twisted Minds will win this.
Situation. G2 is so good at closing out from that bio side. Should the zone situate itself somewhere there or around industries, they'll take their time. They'll third-party chem when the fights kick off in order to just clear that space out. And every now and again, pop themselves inside of industries just to ensure they have a giant buffer, a barrier that will keep them out of trouble until the later stages, until they have to come out guns up. So they are, that's probably the side I'm looking towards. Now whether T1 decides to contest them over there or play Turbine will be interesting from the very beginning. I think from an individual perspective, one thing that we haven't really talked about, top fraggers. Yeah, top of the list, Enkyo on 56, joined by Shifty on the exact same number. In behind them, Disrupt on 53. This is only his second year of competition, and we've been demanding more from him on the main stage. Of course, his duo is a rookie. Should they close this out, what a story that is to begin your career.
Well, we are getting ready to head back into map 11. We have a great piece of content for you around the Falcons fans. So while we get ready to hop back on into the game, let's go ahead. Let's take a look.
EWC is in Paris is different of whatever I've seen. I've always been around football, basketball, baseball crowds. This EWC experience is crazy. The superfan group of Falcons are lit. I mean, if you from the Bay, you know what lit means. Lit means you're hype, you're with it. We make noise, we go crazy, we go dumb. That's what we do.
Come on,
Insane.
that's
His
how
whole
it
family,
is.
Sokka's family is great. I have met his brothers also. Hisoka and his dad, and then two small Hisokas. That vibe, they're all great.
The Falcons fans have embraced us as a whole, the family, Mama Sokka, the kids. They have greeted us with none but kindness, love, respect. Basically put the red carpet out for us. You know what I'm saying? They showed a lot of love to our family, as well as my son's teammates, their families as well. We're very much grateful and appreciative to the Falcons. So the stage is pretty. It's pretty big. It's nice. It's a whole nother level of gaming. First off, I want to thank Paris for hosting this event. Beautiful event, beautiful atmosphere. The Esports Foundation, thank you for all that you've done for us, man. It's great. We love it. And all the fans that are tuning in, we appreciate y'all. Without y'all, we aren't anything. So with you guys here watching us, supporting us, it helps us become what we are right now. Thank you. God bless y'all.
Let's go Falcons!
I gotta agree with you, Tank. Paris is pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie to you. What's even more lit, though, is we're getting ready to head into map number 11.
Certainly are. Yeah, I agree. Obviously, with Paris, City of Love and all that. Not that there's much of that out there on the stage. It's all about a battle to the death. You talked about it before we went to the content piece, and map 11 has been the closing stage of every LAN so far this year. Should we get that again? It's a number that will be circulating forever in our books for future events. Of course, 5 teams cross threshold, one of them right on the precipice. Then there is a shelf to Virtus Pro. After that, a bit of a setback to Novo Leviathan, Team Ninjas in Pajamas, AGAL. If you're wondering where the Falcons are, they're down in 12th. An unfortunately disappointing day for them and several other sides towards the bottom. Vitality, Ravens. I mean, we all had them in our books as dog horses.
These are just teams all year long that have looked phenomenal, just through different points, right? They've all been absolutely lights out. I mean, Ravens kind of kickstarted our first stint of the year leading into Birmingham, like being the team to beat, right? They got to land. We were kind of had our questions like, okay, you've done great online. How do you do on land? We got our answer very quickly. They were lights out, shooting everything that moved, and really kind of made a name for themselves, right? But now that we're here in this moment, we know Call of Duty, you could be day-to-day on this, and it just seems like for today, some of the top teams, just things maybe aren't clicking in the way they expected.
No, certainly not. It is a tough read for some of those sides, but I mean, we'll keep uttering it because it does happen time and time again inside of Warzone. We could go a long way, even still. You're probably thinking, those of you who tuned in to watch, my God, these Warzone tournaments are long. We might not know nothing because the thing is, all these teams are going to want to push this onward. Eclectic, of course, right on the edge of doing something historic for Italy, a nation that has slid down the pecking order over recent years, enter this tournament with two teams that currently sit in 6th and 8th. That is a much better showing from them, but imagine getting them on threshold and as a watch party coming out of that country where all the fans unite behind what they would do to see their side take a crack at the championship.
Shout out Last Safe, man. Help putting on for the community, help putting on for their region, a region that we've come to know and love. But we got to hop into Rebirth Island here, friends. So we have to always ask the question, does it end here, or do we go one more game? I know we got some emotes of that from a miss.
Maybe one more.
Spam in the Twitch chat that you're in right now, because who knows what can happen here. Rebirth Island has been the birthplace of Call of Duty Warzone Resurgence, and it could just be the ending point here for the Esports World Cup.
Certainly could. And oh my God, I just got to look at the circle that we are heading off to. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare your eyes for a feast. This is going to be a bloodbath. If you wanted to send it on to more maps, you get a circle like this where it pushes everybody into one corner of the map. Bioweapon's going to be heavily contested.
Oh, wow.
Leviathan, of all people who go at them right next.
Yeah, the circle is very much to the north of the map.
Ain't no party like a third party, as we always say. How are these teams going to battle it out here? Already kickstarting it. G2, I think they get a little bit of an idea that there's some other players here, more than they anticipated. Very quickly, before we get in, look at the top of your screen, 15 out of 16, Virtus Pro, potentially already white off of some early engagements, but back to the action. Melvin takes the fight against Scythe in the stairwell, is able to get the drop, able to get the full. Anxiety answers back though, kill on to Zark. It's just a nice little trifecta of action here. Diving in and out of the windows. Good shots from Anxiety. You gotta jump in. Self-denied. No opportunity to get back into this. And for Anxiety, I think he's done enough to stay alive, get the teammates back in. Now the question is, do they fly immediately onto Bio to help secure this power position for this zone? Or do they try and maybe stay alive, play a little bit more cautious?
And they're rotating off towards Chem, where they will meet Gen G. It's at a torrid afternoon. AGAL and Leviathan will continue to send it at bioweapons. The rotation away for JD Gaming only gets so far. Slappy sat down there, he's going to try and cover. Does drop Aiden. Slappy will get back to his feet, both at low health. Go, try and turn.
Damn, Gen G were right there for the trades. I like that.
From Gen G there. It's a great swing at the right time.
They know he's there, though, in the ocean.
Stay alive, and oh my God, yet again, we're down at the factory side, and look who is here. The Falcons, yet again. There's 4 other teams in the lobby that they can chug, but they're putting it on their back to say, we will make sure Twisted Minds do not make it further. They will not be the champions of this event.
Screams are so cold if ever I saw one. If you want to know where the rest of the match point teams are, you will see Gromlock in the feed, knocking the lead. That is over at Strong.
Damn, Soka's chasing that. Okay.
All the way up the northern side of the map. Not sure about that game plan. Not one we see very often. T1, they're fighting a turbine, have garnered themselves a pocket of space. We already know about JD and G2, and of course your Twisted Minds, they're trying to deal with that Falcons pressure.
So much
The Falcons really don't want Twisted Minds to get this.
He's still here, play it cleanup. Slappy Melvin dropped yet again into the blender. Does JDG continue to go?
FLS taking absolutely zero risks. The deepest breath of your life, and to the floor of the seas we go. Gentlemates on this swimming route that I was talking about. To be fair, if you don't run into trouble, it will literally lead you all the way.
Damn, Soka's downed.
Where they want to get off, where they do want to head back to shore. Twisted Minds move through factory, breaching, clearing, looking for threats. Speaking of which, G2 have dealt with all of theirs so far, and has JD come back yet again?
Oh.
Anxiety and Scythe are locking.
This is a good corner for this zone pull, like G2.
This zone is pulling. They can ride this till the wheels fall off. And I love this Anxiety hip fire, rev in hand. Take down Slappy. You're just not giving JDG an opportunity to even try and stay into this tournament. A little bit of a do-si-do around the shack here as you were trying to bring one of these members of Gen G down into the line of sight of your teammates. It's going to be Gabe inside. Good armor crack from Anxiety, but you've already done what you need to do. That's back Gen G down. Give over to Bio with your teammates.
I love his positioning in that fight. Very disciplined from the young man. Decides to back off, put himself where the windows of bioweapons are exposed, and it allows Scythe and Big Man to cover his retreat. We'll get back together as a three. Try and, again, lock down that northeastern corner. They've done so well through this year. Swatting away all comers. T1 will dodge a precision airstrike. Great shots out of spam in the end to cut key bays. Twisted Mind trying to move through Harbor here. Looks like they have dealt with Falcons on a day where they can seemingly do no right. G2 continue to just mop points out of JD Gaming. Again, it doesn't matter how many points you put on the board. If you close out, you win. So for JD Gaming, this isn't a bad thing necessarily, but you can't build your way into the map. You can't get advanced UAVs, intel, etc. You are fighting from behind.
G2 currently have 13 kills. JD have 5. Give you any sort of an idea of how that contest is going back and forth between those two teams? I don't even know if I can call it a contest. Feels like a feeding frenzy for G2 at that point. But already, some great defense coming out of G2 here.
Wait, what is that scope?
So many of these teams to have to get pushed to this side of the map. Look at the Gentlemates out into the water, and I'm seeing shots coming out of Z-Dark down into them. If I'm the Gentlemates here, this is not the position I want to try and be in.
Honestly, I just don't understand this rotation. Maybe they pull it off and call them geniuses, but felt risky to me.
Oh, damn, they're cooks. That will be a squad wipe. Actually, never mind.
Cutting him clean, but we will just about burn through the Resurgence timer. Should get Enkyo back up momentarily. Grommelot a couple of seconds after that.
Yet again, you do not want to be just trying to rely on water physics for your tournament dream to stay alive. And the problem is,
I thought he was cooks then.
Looking out into the water, looking to cut you down.
Next circle pull absolutely massive, by the way, not only because we soon approach fire sale and the advance and everything that goes on with all these sites being forced into a small area due to the way the circle works, but it will tell people whether we are heading more towards bio, industries, chemical, etc., and they'll all have to get on their bikes to put themselves in win condition.
Oh.
However, for you, the Ravens controlling top prison, they get a little bit of a peek, and they will bring you down. Last is the last player.
You need to just anchor now. Don't push out. Just.
You do have a couple members of Gen G in front of you.
Just hold behind the.
Oh my God! Good shots from Big Man onto FLS. This could actually be huge because the other two members of JDG, they're still not even on the floor yet.
Well, the reason why JDG have... Oh my God, he gets the self off. What? I think Big Man expects him to just bleed out, so doesn't bother taking the remainder of the shots, hits the reload, and FLS just about gets himself back alive and swimming yet again. But this is the reason why JDG can continue to suffer, why you're seeing Slappy die in the feed and such, because FLS is out there, so it's safety for now. Grommelot into the water. Twisted Minds under...
Oh.
And it will be JD Gaming wiped. They're done here. Oh.
No way.
One of our match point teams finished. We'll press on with the rest. G2 have complete control over bio. The circle pulls relatively central, so that's looking more like an Industries or Shack kind of circle. The Gentlemates have all turned tail and headed towards that center, but it's held by Leviathan.
Almond just playing his life, staying alive. The problem is he's caught on the outside of Chemical down below. Lennon.
They might be cooks. Twisted Minds, actually, they might be cooks here.
Shifting.
Trying to recover from that. Yeah, he's dead. There's. There's no way you can do that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Damn, the Falcons are out too. Gentle mate's gone.
Trying to set up a turbine. Suffering right now. Spam stripped of plates. Echo's trying to drill some efforts in the return.
Oh
Smith.
my God!
Oh, you get one from there. Skullface on the coverage over the back of the fourth. And you get yourselves in and will retrieve Echo from the buy station that is just on top of turbine. So, yes, you lose your leader in the moment, but you have time to re-establish yourselves.
These teams
Dang.
just dropping so quickly from this lobby. Top squads who we expected to be here are just gone. They're eliminated. Out into the buy station.
This could be G2's victory in its entirety.
That's AGAL. That's PBG.
They've got the best position on the map too.
Down to our top 16.
Damn, 6 squads already at a third rotation. Third circle, that's insane.
They'll hit the buy station, pick up whatever they require. UAVs in hand, looking to set themselves up with the information for the rotation. G2, they will deal with Novo again and again, and actually Gen G have a body in this direction. Could let them be a thorn in the side.
Lobby will crawl to a patience because we're missing so many teams. You can see on the top left side of your screen here, nobody really has to be on top of each other. And the zone pulls one more time, and G2 still control.
Well, this is it.
T1 do have enough in the sense for an advanced UAV. Will give them everything they need to know. Could play in through industries, but what they want to do is clear out that southern side or western side of the circle, of which there are 2 Ravens players and 1 from Gen G. You do that, you can almost set up a straight square off with G2 in that industries building later. You're just trying to figure out when they get active, where to make the move. And between them, Leviathan still exists as a full 3 in the Shag. What role could they play in whether or not we see one more map?
Everybody crawling down here. T1 have decided to clear out their backside over here at prison. I don't mind it. You have a member of Ravens who will get found out in King Chalk. You have 1 member of Gen G. Will you see Gabe Kuhn here? Gabe has the opportunity to spoil this for T1. Unfortunately for him, the timing is just not there. Spam comes down. This now gives T1 a pretty clean route into the rest of this map.
Gen G just going to buy back in. They have a full 3 set up at Chemical. It is all 3s, except for 1 member of the Ravens. Nielsen tucked inside. Make no mistake about him, though. This is a player that could 1v2, 1v3 any roster. We've watched him do it all year long. Next poll, splits, industries, and bio. As such, you'll see...
Damn, bio is about to get packed. Yo, look at the teams that are coming here.
Vortex, alongside his Novo brethren, down here in the basement. They've given up all of the upstairs to G2 here. And T1 have moved over to Industries.
T1 might have missed a trick, actually, because Gen G have played the tunnel from Chem straight into Industries and will actually draw up a line to hold them. A massive checkbox for T1 to face.
Leviathan is also still in this lobby, ladies and gentlemen. Still have an opportunity as well. Lennon guns up, cuts down Echo.
The zone will pull back, though. That's the only thing. I don't think it will stay at bio.
They will claim T1!
Like, it's going to go there, and then it's going to pull back.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 teams remain in map number 11.
Gen G have gained all...
It won't pull any further that way, that's for sure.
That multi-layered building will become a kill box for everybody inside of it in a moment. G2 4-3, they'll be the highest team in the basement.
I think Gen G might be in a good position. If it pulls back that way, yeah, it's pulling back.
Leviathan, the Ogre, and the crew have rolled up to try and take control. But look at where
Gen G, yep. It doesn't... The circle never pulls any further towards bio, because there's nowhere on the map. Oh my. No way, they got it anyway, even though Gen G rotated. Oh.
backside. One of you gets dropped. I don't think there's anyone to trade that, though, so you should be able to get into his feet if you're Anxiety and Big Man.
You need field medic here, though, if you are Anxiety, and you will get the tap. Zone will continue to move over, but Leviathan, you can see it on the top left side of your screen. They're starting this rotation.
They've got to find a way through, though, cleanly, and there will be a fight, and Gabe Goon might have just called the tournament.
Yeah, G2.
It means that you are outnumbered. Everybody else, G2 in the driving seat.
It's all three members of G2.
G2 have, yeah, they've got this.
Leviathan.
They've got it.
G2. They just need this one last kill in order to become the Esports World Cup champions, and you can tell the hesitation is there. They don't want to throw this away.
Zero risks, zero concern here. Nothing to be worried about. Actually, Sykes just going to get aggressive. They're sending Crimmy.
Crimmy just trying to make the 1v3 of his life. Rookie of the year for a reason.
No.
G2 have done it! The motto! Nothing is granted! Everything is earned!
Damn, that's insane.
It was G2. They came into the Esports World Cup last year with no expectations. Everybody had all of this noise, everything to say about them, everything to say about Big Man. And what did he do today? He shut them up. He silenced the haters.
The brotherhood that is G2 shall get it done. A roster that has been doubted immensely over not just this year, last year as well. They finished 17th in the end at the Esports World Cup 2025. Everyone questioned them. You had no nerve, no bottle. They've improved bit by bit.
Well, GG's. That was a good watch right there.
But could the rest of them make it happen? The answer, a resounding yes.
Them to be in the driver's seat here in map number 11.
Falcons in 16th.
To close out the Esports World Cup here in Paris.
Yikes. That's a tough one.
You
That
can
is
just see the
a tough
elation on
one.
their faces. The sacrifices they've all had to make to be a top team.
Yo, Soka's about to throw
And
hands.
already you can see the chatter has started across the aisle.
So to try and get in the head of Shifty, but I'm going to be honest with you. One of you had a day where you had a chance to close it out. There will still be those closing questions, of course. But I think for Soka and the Falcons, this is
Well, I didn't hear that.
congrats to them, you man. Going back to G2, all the questions. Soka's going to do his damnedest to try and get in the head of Shifty, but I'm going to be honest with you. One of you had a day where you had a chance to close it out. There will still be those closing questions, of course. But I think for Soka and the Falcons, this is very much a walking well with your tail between your legs. Again, going back to G2, all the questions, everything that they have faced this year, no one took them seriously. They couldn't do it online. Online Reapers, that was the type.
I mean, to be fair, like, Shifty's team got way farther than Hisoka's, so.
The kills, Anxiety and Scythe, 52 apiece. Big Man, 46. If you need your brothers, if you want to put your arms around your friends.
I mean, neither of them won, not gonna lie, so this is kind of pointless.
26 kills.
Like, the point of trash talking is when you win. If you're both losers, then, I mean, that's just how it is.
They see that and they say, great, we don't got to move here. We know exactly what we have to do. Everyone else around them had to move. They had to go from one side of the map to the other. For G2, it was let's plant our feet strong. Let's hold the line and make sure nobody can take this from us. And by God, did they hold the line.
How many teams sent them? At least 5 that I can think of off the top of my head. JDG went again and again and again. And even in those late stages, you had a knock come through. Instantly, Anxiety and Big Man raised Scythe to his feet. We're not done yet, though. Let's get this one done. Let's close this out. Aside with incredible spine and just understanding that they were never the side that we all said they would be, that they would get here underneath the lights in front of these fans. They would feel far too much pressure.
And you can see for a lot of those players on your screen, Blast from Twisted Minds. You know, they're giving some props where props is due, right? They're saying, hey, you know, you guys have been a competitor all year long. Like, G2 is not some random team that came out of nowhere. They were top top of the board. They were always top of the line, sometimes being the first team to cross match point threshold, but they just were never able to close it out. So I think for a lot of these competitors, they're giving respect. Respect is you saying, hey, you guys went back to the lab. You figured it out, right? You're here. You are now esports World Cup champions. But we got to talk about some of these other teams here, my friend, because yes, G2, they're going to take the title, but we have so many other teams. Because we got to talk about second place here, man, in T1, surging from behind out of nowhere. A team that started the year incredible, had a little bit of a lull in the middle. And listen, I understand you don't get the championship, but you do get second place. So let's take a look at some of these final moments here of how G2 was able to close it out. I mean, it just comes down to it.
That's well deserved, 100%. They played really good Warzone all day. They did not crack under pressure. They were one of the teams, like, you could tell by their gameplay they were the most composed.
Celebrations echoing out. Hugs with shockwaves so loud, the mics are picking them up from meters away. Deserved champions in the end. So many other things to say, but
And in the end of the day, neither Shifty nor Hisoka got it.
so let's send it on over to Barney and interview G2.
Wow! In one of the most nail-biting and exciting and chaotic match point finals that we've had here at EWC, G2 Esports, you've managed to do it. Anxiety, try to put into words how you're feeling right now, bud.
I got no words right now. None. I'm just shocked that we won that game. There's just no words.
There's no words, there's no words, there's always words. Come on, Anxiety, let's do this side, my man. To be able to do this, to be able to accomplish this at the Esports World Cup 2026 alongside these boys, I mean, give some props to your teammates. What an incredible show out they've had.
I mean, bro, I've been playing with them for the past 4 years. Last year at EWC, we almost got dead last. And for this year, just to prove all the doubters wrong, especially this guy on my right, it doesn't feel real. Just to keep it honest, it's crazy.
Big man, I'm coming over to you. To perform like this on the main stage when it matters the most, that's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, it feels good, especially from last year. I was laying on rock bottom from fucking everyone calling me a cheater, all this shit. And now we won, so it was literally just the storyline meant to be. It hasn't hit me yet.
Wait, I didn't know that
They'll hit me later.
he was called that.
Felt like a scrim. It definitely is going to hit you later. Gentlemen, I'm going to need you to get on your feet because we've got some things to do, as you can imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, G2 Esports managing to secure that incredible win here at the Esports World Cup. And of course, as the winners, you've got some pretty cool things you get to do. And one of those things is over here. Our awesome Crusher. Now, it's your first time over here, isn't it? How does it look? What's the view like of all these keys?
Beautiful. It looks beautiful.
It does, doesn't it? Right, step up onto here. Let's go. Right. Keys to crush, trophies to lift, you know, all that jazz. It's just another day at the office, isn't it? So, before we crown you guys as champions, of course, we've got to do this bit. Now, all of these teams that you're about to eliminate from the competition, namely the best in the business, but right now you guys are the best in the business. Is there anything you'd like to say to the teams before you crush their keys?
I mean, GG's. That's all I can say. It's been a crazy tournament. I appreciate all the support and good game to all the competitors.
GG's, I guess, yeah.
GG's. A somber feeling over here, but I'm sure it's about to feel better once we do this. Right, Scythe, I'm gonna get you to open up the iris, please. Just press that button. Here we go. Two have already gone, but see you later. Okay, we have the remaining keys from this competition today. Match point finals is about to be over once you pull on that lever. So Anxiety, delicately pull on this lever in 3, 2, 1. And with that, only one key
is left intact, and that key belongs to G2 Esports. So if I can please ask our key master to come out here to present you with your key, because you've still got some more things to do, guys. You're champions. We've got things to do. Jacob, if you could hand over the key, who wants to take it? Go on, Sai. Right. Now, that was pretty satisfying, wasn't it, to pull on that level?
Yes, it was.
It was pretty satisfying. Right, gentlemen, I'm going to get you to walk down the Gadia City grid. I'm going to get you guys to place that key in the center of your trophy and seal it as champions of the 2026 Esports World Cup. Once you've done that, I want you to lift the trophy.
Not gonna lie, this setup is actually insane, even compared to the regular CDL.
Champions, G2 Esports.
There's just so much that has gone into this. I mean, it's Saudi money, but that's just insane.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champions of the Warzone Resurgence Series Championship at the 2026 Esports World Cup, G2 Esports! Gentlemen, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. First and foremost, one thing that we have to acknowledge out here in the Esports World Cup is that none of us would be here without the fans. And so, Sai, is there anything you would like to say to the G2 Esports fans out there and the guys who've been supporting you throughout your whole journey to the Esports World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate all the support. I can probably count all the supporters my hands, which is less than 10, right? So it's crazy to just prove all the haters wrong, and if they hate you, that means you're doing something right in life. So I just appreciate all the support nonetheless.
You're not wrong, and obviously Coach has been having a great time running over.
Yeah, respects that.
So I'm sure that there'll be lots of celebrations to have later. Now, we have one more thing out here, don't we? We have our Sony Tournament MVP award. And so one of you has indeed won our MVP award. If I could get Jacob to come over here. Your Sony Tournament MVP is Anxiety. Congratulations. Make some noise.
Well deserved.
Anxiety, I'll quickly ask you,
His clutch up earlier on was actually insane.
After the year you guys had last year, right, here at the Esports World Cup, to come out here to outperform everyone on the main stage at the Esports World Cup as well and secure that MVP medal, how does that feel?
Feels amazing. I mean, I had no words. I lost my voice screaming. Like, this is amazing.
Honestly, it's been amazing to see you guys come out here, perform so well, to silence the haters, like you said, Scythe. And so, for one last time, I'd like you guys, Big Man and Scythe, you can hold on to that MVP award. I want you to lift that trophy one more time, cement your legacy at the Esports World Cup 2026. And we'll do this one last time. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, make some noise for your Warzone Resurgence Series champions at the 2026 Esports World Cup, G2 Esports!
An amazing performance from G2 Esports, starting off hot at the beginning of the day.
Okay, but
Super consistent in the first 4 matches. This squad did not leave the top 3, and boy did they show up here at the end, getting the final win and securing that championship.
I mean, it's been such a pleasure and an honor to watch this team rise through the ranks in the group stages, making us question a little bit if they could close it out.
yo,
But to be able to come through,
wait, what? What? I invited you.
I mean, G2 deserve it.
Tenacious squad. They never gave up. They really did fight ferociously.
Yo,
Competition. Talk about maybe not feeling it. Not like
how does it feel for your team to lose?
it's starting to hit. And anxiety as well. That MVP. So
I mean, not gonna lie, no, they haven't.
that shook the whole venue. We
Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened today? Did you see what happened today? Did you see what happened today? The Falcons' average rank was top 10, okay? I do not want to hear it. They could not do anything today. They could not win when it mattered. You guys are absolute breakers, okay? You are breakers. Simple as that. Plain and simple. Breakers.
Being able to be consistent throughout the day.
You're breakers, okay? Breakers. I mean, have you?
How close they came so many times. And the scariest thing is
You're funny.
5 squads there on tournament point.
You're breakers. Breakers break. Breakers break.
Insane thing to do. And G2
Breakers break. 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 Breakers break.
left-hand side, wide open ocean on their left. A single revive, 2 smokes made all the difference between them then and them now.
And then not only that, you know, they've had months of getting to this point. Last year didn't work out for them. They took that back and they decided to be champions this year. And that's taking down the
Well, that's disgusting.
VP, the Falcons.
You're just chewing on shit.
Beautiful moment for them.
And I'm gonna start crying in the club too.
Honestly though, like, breakers break, simple. Breakers break.
Another wonderful thing for this squad, proving the haters wrong. I can say with certainty, one of the greatest feelings as a player. Besides, said it first. You know, he may not feel like they had as much support from social media.
Breakers break.
You know, G2, a massive organization in Call of Duty, but now you have to feel like you've grown. Anxiety's play.
Okay, do you want me to pull up a clip right now?
You've got the championship now. You've done it. You've won it. You've been there. You've done that. You come back next year from absolute rags the year before to champions.
You want to see this?
And it is definitely starting to sink in now.
Actually, it's not even...
The emotion just showcasing.
It's not even on here. I can't even call it up, but...
As they make their walk to the totem to finally cement their...
You're saying that, but he dropped way more kills today than Hisoka did. Like, way more. Not even close.
From some of these players.
Seven, you remember every single step.
Yeah, I know. Like, he was just getting outslayed the whole game. He's clearly not a slayer.
Please, once again, welcome to
The Shifty's just him. Simple.
2026 winners.
Because teammates. Okay, look, the Falcons were struggling the whole day today. They broke completely.
Well done, guys. Excellent. Please, take to the stage, grab your frame, and engrave your names in esports World Cup history.
Anyway, I'm going on X. I'm gonna see how people are reacting to this. Our EWC Warzone run comes to an end. The chapter closes, but the hunt never does. Thank you, Paris. Fair enough. Falcons focused so much on ruining Twisted Mind's games that they ended up being the worst team at EWC finals. Hisoka 0.8 and Noobs 0.5 let down Dongy 1.3 massively. Wait, so Dongy went positive in this still, like in terms of KD.
Paris, once more, your esports World Cup 2026.
I mean, that is true. Like, Falcons were deliberately targeting Twisted Minds the whole game. That's old info. Hold on. EWC was an absolute movie. What a year. So many ups and downs for all these teams and players. Falcons crashed. Twisted were consistent but never closed. Gen G more inconsistency. G2 played well all year.
A heartbreak for 31 teams that were trying to be in that place right there, where G2 Esports is now, and that is none other than the...
Wait, Biffle apparently got a call live to replace Noobs on Falcons. Yo. Yo. I wanna hear this.
Last one up. That's a wipe. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Hello? Oh fuck.
Falcons on 12 base with 2 kills and would go down and get wiped. Wow, what is happening?
30K?
What is happening right now?
Who am I replacing?
Noob? You heard it here first, y'all.
No way.
You heard it here first, chat.
Oh, that's tough. That's actually tough.
Welcome to the EWC Spotlight, everyone. I'm Ovly. I've got Johnny and Shift with me, joining after 2 incredible grand finals. But something that was even more incredible that we just found out, Johnny has never mogged before, once in his life.
Have you mogged?
That was actually my 3rd time. So no.
Okay. I'm just learning as I go. Look, in Overwatch, we don't really mog that much, but maybe that's the thing that's going on here at the Esports World Cup.
Yeah, I feel like just because it is the Esports World Cup, why don't you give us one good mog to camera before we proceed?
It's getting better.
Ooh.
It's getting better.
Ooh.
I'd rate that.
This is, thank you, Ovally. I never knew that I needed to mog in my life, but I guess this is the first time for everything.
It was very important. But I mean, listen, that was an incredible mog, but also we had some incredible games this entire championship weekend. Look at this. Look at all of the winners that we've got on the board after the double trophy ceremony. Zeta Division coming in for Overwatch. We had G2 Esports that we just saw for Warzone. And then, of course, Team Spirit with MLBB. And Crimey, the 15-year-old...
I'd like to know all their stats. Is there a way to view their individual stats?
And incredibly washed. But let's talk about Warzone right now, because we did see some of those grand finals. It was crazy, but how did we get there?
Are they going to show it here?
Coming in, Twisted Minds would have been a repeat winner, but the team from last year split between 3 different squads.
Wait, COD Community has it.
Was a little bit expected, but the routes were a little bit different. Our first EWC winners, though, in Falcons, who also got split.
Yeah, there we are.
Didn't make it out of their group stage initially, had to go through survival, and we were all wondering, like, were they actually ever going to...
Player stats. Okay, there.
Stage, they win 4 out of their last 6 games. They look like they're ready to cruise and move into the finals with tons of confidence. But then we get to the
like, no one can say Shifty didn't frag. He dropped 1.6, 60, 38. I mean, actually, it's more than that. Like, that's outdated.
Catch up. They start to grief onto Twisted Minds.
I think anyway.
And then go figure, we get into a final circle moment. Gentlemates, who finished runners-up last year, had the highest point total, in a position to win this year, and then a surprise pick out of G2, kind of coming out of nowhere. They get into the 150 mark, they clean up.
No, it must be more than that.
Because this group of 3 guys played last year and had to beat
100%.
so much online, show up to EWC and flop out, but trust the process, Abel. You stick together and results come your way.
Can we talk a little bit about the fans going crazy, though? Because I think those were Gentlemates fans in the audience, like banging drums. What was happening?
Gentlemates fans show up, man. I don't know what it is about Parisians, but they get a little wild in the audience, and I'll tell you flat out, it's one thing to be cheered on for doing well.
Damn, T1 frags hard. Look at that. 1.6 across the entire team.
Yeah, we had drums, incredible things happening on the COD stage. But as we go over to Overwatch, man, what do you think?
Who had the lot? Oh my.
That was incredible.
I think it's electric. Like,
Bro, oh, and not gonna lie, you can't even defend this.
it's a beautiful act. You get some of that energy.
Oh, this is just complete breaking.
That's great, actually, because that leads me to my next point.
They weren't even doing the, like, normal shit. Average placement 9.9. That's not great at all.
Which set up the thing for everyone else here to really pick things up. And Twisted Minds, they set the bar in the playoffs, just like they did in Warzone. And so as I'm keeping fed bananas rather, it's been a long week. It's been a long week of Overwatch action here. It was actually going to be Zeta Division who did actually come out on top.
I mean, to be fair, that's not a great average either. But then if you're fragging, then it kind of makes sense. If you're not fragging and you also have a bad average placement, then you're not getting anywhere. Nowhere at all. It's unfortunate to see. I mean, they are a much better team than that.
I don't know what was more incredible, the Overwatch finals or him taking a bite out of a green banana.
Have you ever heard a banana crunch before? Because I literally heard that crunch.
That was great.
I have not. I feel like we do have to somewhat join him in solidarity. I gave you the nice banana.
I really appreciate that. Do I need to bite through the peel too?
I think you do.
Let's see if this will crunch.
All of these teams here are great.
I love a crispy snack. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic right there. Get in.
Mine didn't
Get
crunch.
in, Overly. That's what I'm talking about. So you see that? None of these carbs, they've turned into sugar yet. That's delicious. That's good for you. Great fiber. great fiber in these bananas. So that's not.
Who had the worst player stats? Oh gosh.
I'll never say that I don't do my own stunts. But yes.
What, having a fruit is a stunt to you?
Yeah, we're in esports, man. You think people are out there?
I mean, yeah, not gonna lie, like noobs needs to be dropped.
That's disgusting.
If you have a player who's dropping a 0.5, then that's a big reason why you've lost. Especially in a game like Hisoka's meant to be the anchor, right? He's expected to get less kills. But when one of your fraggers is going like this, I mean, it's actually even worse than 0.5. That's 20 kills and 44 deaths, so it would be lower.
As you said, Falcons racking up so many points this week from the Street Fighter 6 finals that we saw of Crimey, finally knocking Na'Vi down to second place. But I mean, Shift, anyone on here
that's being generous.
You know, is surprised you? Or
It's below a 0.5 KD. Let's see who else dropped a 0.5. It's a Skullface. That's slightly above, I know that for a fact. Yeah.
I'm down for that, but yeah,
Anything else?
chance to possibly boost themselves up the rankings a little bit further, if not possibly win a championship. But
Yeah, that team are not sticking together.
and a lot of people were thinking that because the Falcons Street Fighter players were knocking each other out, maybe the Warzone team had to do it. Obviously, they came up short.
And they did so well in the survival event as well. If only they brought that energy in this.
Genji. I mean, again, a lot of these teams, I'm sure they wanted some of the extra points that they could have earned from this weekend.
Who's the dark horse here, Overly? As the analyst turned it over to the post here.
Enkyo went crazy.
Horse right now, because this was a club that I had been following for a very long time, and I mean,
Even though Anxiety, like, he is technically 1 kill negative, if you saw the plays that he was making on the map, they more than made up for it. Like, sometimes, like, KD is not everything. If you're making great plays, like this guy, then it's kind of acceptable.
Steve, we're literally calling you.
Especially if they're the right plays.
Next week's schedule, just to see, you know, what else.
Scythe 1.8, go crazy.
Black Ops 7. We've got the PUBG Mobile World Cup, Honor of Kings, and of course Tekken 8 to get a little bit of fighting games in there. We had Street Fighter. Have you played Tekken?
Yeah, I grew up with like Tekken 3.
Same.
Yeah, King. King was the
brother. Are we actually brothers?
That's what I'm talking about.
I played King
King
too.
was awesome. And now I'm just making up names, but Yoshimatsu or something with the sword?
guy with the sword.
Yeah.
Didn't he also have a really fun hat that he could throw too?
Yeah, and you can like, you know, levitate in the air and stuff like that. Yeah, I love Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken 3 anyway. And Tekken next week. Bam, bam.
Ooh, are you excited for any of the Call of Duty stuff that's upcoming? You have
a radar hack.
Let's just see what he's saying.
These Warzone streamers perform nowhere near the same away from home, then issue an apology and expect everyone to forget about it. No, it's not good enough. It's unacceptable, and you streamers are not getting away with it anymore. I'm tired of watching the same streamers fall apart on LAN, only to come out with the same tired apology every single year, like clockwork. At some point, the excuses have to stop, and people need to be held accountable. And need I remind everyone that Intex TV was banned live by Ricochet for Cronus-like machine-modified input behavior.
Oh no. Oh no.
From my shit switched from a shadow ban to this. I don't know. I was shadow banned and now I'm fucking banned. I don't know what the fuck happened. I told him to go to my stream.
I mean, to be fair, that's not a permaban.
Like, how did that happen in customs, bro?
Like, how did that happen in customs, bro?
That's because they're cheating, old boy.
I swear, man, I hate Ricochet. I hate Ricochet, bro.
Activision investigated the ban and did not reinstate his account. They refused as they had the evidence he was cheating. He had to serve the full length of his ban. I mean, come on. Did anyone seriously expect him to play well?
So, Miss Chat, Intex has been removed from the tournament. Chat, Tekka has been removed from the tournament, and this is why. Team Ricochet confirmed that the player's removal was the result of a Cronus detection, which violates Call of Duty's security and enforcement policy. The enforcement went live with Season 2 and has been verified by Activision.
Now, this wasn't just a ban. This was verified by Ricochet. They tried to claim it was spam reports, despite it being in a custom tournament. Oh no, this player was banned for cheating. But this is what happens when bad players that have been previously banned attend a LAN event. Not only does the competition level come way down, but it makes it too easy for teams to farm these streamers.
If you enjoy my videos, please be a sport and hit the like button. Just giving the video a thumbs up and helping hype it up is massively appreciated.
Just look at FaZe Clan. Their performance was absolutely shocking. I mean, FaZe Clan were losing to people who looked like they had casually wandered in off the streets of Paris. No uniforms, no team branding, nothing. And they want to tell us this was a professional tournament, by the way. But this is why I keep saying Warzone should never be competitive. If anyone watched the event, he would understand what I'm talking about. Teams look lost. They were playing like absolute bots and unable to identify enemies standing in front of them.
The problem is, these Warzone streamers all use cheats at home. For example, just ignore the Ricochet ban for a second and just listen to his audio while playing at home.
I don't think there's a church on this map, bro. I'd be tweaking too.
For school, whatever.
Oh, school, okay.
Like this right here, yeah. I called it S1
That's
though.
what it originally called. We made up the call like S1 and S2 because we used to always call this building school too.
Yeah, because they're fucking, same buildings.
Why do the rank servers feel so much
They
better
feel
than-
godlike, dude. They actually feel insane.
Oh, like no esports?
Yeah, godlike no esports, bro.
This is why when they attend a LAN, they go tone deaf. The moment these streamers are put on the same equal playing field as everyone else, they play like absolute bots. It looked like bird migration season. The streamers were plunging into the water like a flock of seagulls, desperately trying to hide from the other teams. Honestly, it was just embarrassing.
Players pushing over from Chemical as well. The water becoming a safe haven for some sorts for so many teams, but it feels like a lot of our squads have taken some sort of idea here that while we have these squads landing in the water, they are not safe for that long.
When are we going to learn? We can't keep putting Warzone streamers on the main stage anymore. It's embarrassing for the franchise. Now, speaking of fake, Jowo made an appearance and announced his comeback to competitive Warzone. Like that's a real thing.
Here at EW.
Hold up.
Or it just ended here, I think. Damn, like sponsored by Firefine. I have a Firefine mic. Wait, this shit's bugs. This is not like the real top 250. Oh, well, I think that does it for the stream today. I'm tired, but that was something to watch.